like that we're doing a period drama. I think it's really cool to go back and do, and tell a true story set in the, 1920s.
These girls were hurt by a company that didn't want to take responsibility, and they fought tooth and nail.
Well, with Tommy, he's more kind of personal attachment with the story because of his fiancée, Grace, is the Radium girl, and she's dying and seeing all her friends dying, so he's kind of going through that. He wants to marry her, but he knows he kind of pushes away that she's dying, but he can still live with her.
It's a lot. It's such a serious play. I usually do like comedies, and now I'm doing parts where I come into rehearsal and I'll be crying by the end of it because it's such a deep, meaningful play.
Technically, on our scripts, it says it is a comedy drama, which sounds weird to us because we've been playing with it and it's not much of a comedy. There are a couple comedic lines. There's a few really cute scenes.
One thing I have to say, the director, Courtney O'Connor, is amazing to say the very least. I've done productions here. I did actually a production here last year in the very same theater that was just as sad, just as morose, and it was, the entire atmosphere was sad and it was played down, but Courtney somehow makes us really, really positive, and she has a smile through rehearsals, which means that when you have to get this upset, when you have to get this tragic text on its feet, you can actually jump and be sure that she's going to catch you on the other side, and that is freeing, and that helps us do so much more than we'd ever imagined.
Character, we've been focusing with the Brechtian style because basically everyone in the cast is playing numerous characters on being able to differentiate between them just in our physicality.
I was in my Mrs. Reader dress and I was walking around and I was like, oh, that's Mr. Markley right there. Let's not walk like that because that looks awkward.
Oh, it's been really cruel because as an average college student, there's no reason why I should have gone through the spiral of guilt that Reader goes through and just the constant weight that's over his head. The worst thing that happens to me is I have a paper due at 8 a.m.
I play the vice president of the company, who's Lee. Then, opposite end of the spectrum, I'm playing the girls' lawyers, Barry. And then I go back for Bailey as the Radathor shyster, so I'm all over
We were still focusing on character traits only because, well, especially with me, my character changes a lot throughout the play, so it's almost as if I'm playing more than one character just because of her personal growth and
At
development.
first it was really difficult because I'd never done that before, and I just sort of attached to my main character and did all my work on that. But then I slowly started realizing that even the smaller parts were really important.
I really love our set. I love the set. It's very minimalist. It's a little unnerving and creepy.
Keep an eye on those poles that you see. Something really nifty.
Love the ending. It's very creepy. That's all I have to say. It's creepy.
We're using a lot of different time, like clock ticks, to show that the girls are running out of time.
You should look forward to seeing a lot of the really cool lighting and sound effects that we're going to have. The designers did a great job, and aesthetically the show's going to be awesome.
What I sort of think is that this play is a lot about advertising and how something, well, the reality can be really ugly, but if you promote it a certain way, you can get audiences' attentions, and I think that's with the media these days, like that's so important.
Trying to get what you deserve, really.
One of the biggest moments is at the very end, where they're talking about how this all could have happened, and one of the characters is smoking a cigarette and saying, oh, science wasn't as advanced back then. And it plays on the idea of we never really know what's good and what's bad, and sometimes a lot of the things that we think are good and that we market to be really great things, partially just to make money, sometimes can be very bad. And that's always prevalent.
In the play about, cigarettes. How'd you know? Medical science just wasn't as advanced as it was. Unfortunately, I am sorry to report, I am fully clothed.